Today, you are in for the continuation of the thrilling story of the new absolute Batman. In this world shrouded in darkness, you will delve into the mysterious life of Batman, his allies, and his relentless enemies. Discover how far they are willing to go for Gotham, a city where justice and lawlessness walk side by side. Love comics? Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you never miss a new story and stay in the loop with all the action. And now, let's get started. 2 weeks had passed since the Party Animals gang launched a full-scale assault on Gotham, but Batman didn't retreat. Every night he was on their trail, tracking down the criminals, predicting where they were planning their next strike, and stopping them before they could wreak havoc. One night his pursuit led him to the Gotham Aquarium. Before he could even blink, he found himself surrounded. The criminals flooded the building, and soon he was cornered against a giant aquarium with massive glass panels. The number of enemies kept increasing by the minute. Batman knew it was time to act. Using the spikes on his suit, he shattered the glass in an instant and climbed to the ceiling just as the massive aquarium exploded into pieces. Torrents of salty water poured onto the gangsters, flooding the halls. The criminals, laughing, trudged through the puddles. They were sure that regular water wouldn't stop them, but they didn't know who they were dealing with. Batman tossed a few capsules filled with a concentrated modified version of vinegar. A chemical reaction sparked, and the salty water began to turn into hydrochloric acid. The gangsters panicked, running for their lives. Their mocking laughter turned into cries of pain, and soon they were begging the police to arrest them, just to end the burning sensation. Every move Batman made in the dark streets of Gotham was closely monitored by one person, Alfred Pennyworth. Not only did he observe the hero, gathering intel on Batman and the Party Animals gang, but he also discreetly protected him, ensuring the criminals couldn't discover his true identity or find his hidden lairs scattered across the city. However, Alfred's superiors began to see Batman as a threat to their own interests and ordered him to remove the protection. Alfred complied, though reluctantly. Before following the order, he did warn Batman, "Rest, regroup, or you'll risk everything." As soon as Alfred carried out the protect, the Party Animals immediately tracked down one of Batman's hideouts, an unfinished skyscraper in downtown Gotham. The criminals rushed there, storming the area in full force. But Batman was not the type to be intimidated or back down. He stayed, ready for battle. That night, Alfred saw and understood clearly. Batman was not just a hero, he was a force that couldn't be threatened. While the battles continued in the dark streets of Gotham, Jim Gordon, the city's mayor, was recovering in the hospital after the attack on a press conference by members of the Party Animals gang. By his side were his subordinate, Harvey Bullock, and his daughter Barbara, who were having a long-standing argument about Batman. Bullock openly regarded Batman as a criminal, claiming that his actions only provoked the Party Animals to commit even bolder crimes. Barbara, on the other hand, defended Batman, reminding him that it was Batman who had saved her, her father, and even Bullock from certain death on that fateful day. At that moment, Martha Wayne, Bruce Wayne's mother, entered the room. She turned out to be an old friend of Gordon's, there to offer her support. However, their conversation soon drifted to the distant past, the day when Gordon first met Bruce. He recalled that day at the city zoo when he found young Bruce, initially not noticing the boy amidst the terrified bats surrounding him. The moment Bruce screamed, that cry seared into Jim's memory, as if it were a warning of the future path that was just beginning to unfold before the child. From that day at the zoo, young Bruce Wayne became withdrawn. He used to tell his mother everything, even the smallest and most amusing events of his day. But now his world had turned gray, and he didn't want anyone to disturb his solitude. Even when friends came over, he always refused to meet with them, distancing himself more and more from everyone. All he wanted was to be left alone. Bruce felt like his life had lost its meaning. In his hands was a medal for winning a science competition, once a source of pride, but now just a useless trinket. In a fit of despair, he threw it out the window, unable to hold back his tears. But that night, someone peeked through that very window, catching his attention. Bruce heard a voice he knew well. It was his friend Selina, who would later become known as Catwoman. She had found the discarded medal and returned it to Bruce, giving him that spark of hope he so desperately needed. But that's another story. one that will unfold in the chapters to come. Now let's return to the present. Surprisingly, Bruce Wayne decided to attend the regular poker game with his acquaintances. The Riddler, Penguin, Croc, and Two-Face. The friends were stunned and delighted by his appearance, as he rarely honored them with a visit. But Bruce wasn't there just for the game. He needed answers. He placed something unexpected on the table. The skull of one of the members of the Party Animals gang, supposedly found by accident. But this wasn't just a skull, it was a complex device, a geolocation system that received coordinates for the owner, indicating where they were supposed to act. Bruce discovered that by hacking the system, one could find out where the gang would strike next. This information proved valuable, but the main question remained: who were the Party Animals and what did they want? Turning to Ozzy Osbourne, Penguin, Bruce asked if he was afraid of these new players. Penguin confessed that he had preferred to exit the race with them because, after their visits, only corpses remained. Harvey Dent, Two-Face, speculated that it wasn't just a fight for power, but also a game for big money. During the poker night, Harvey Dent gave Bruce a tip about an influential person from the office of former Mayor Hill. This guy managed enormous finances and, apparently, was involved with the Party Animals. Batman infiltrated the office and cracked open some suspicious files on the computer. At that moment, the leader of the Party Animals, Roman, appeared on the large screen. It turned out that he had been waiting for Batman and had set a trap for him. His men surrounded the building, and just then, one of them fired a handheld grenade launcher, aiming at the window where Batman was standing. The question was, would he manage to escape alive? However, at the last moment, Batman jumped into the elevator shaft, and the explosion missed him. He quickly descended to the bottom of the shaft and hid in a technical compartment. But there, waiting for him, was Alfred Pennyworth. Alfred claimed he had information about the Party Animals that could radically change the course of the game. Although Batman was skeptical, he reluctantly agreed to hear him out, but only for 30 seconds. Alfred suggested they do this in a quieter place, and even offered to use his car, parked nearby. Batman, however, calmly replied that it would be more convenient to use his own transportation, as they were already inside it. And at that moment, a massive giant crashed through the wall of the building. Not just the Batmobile, but a real bat dump truck. The absolute Batman clearly needs absolute transportation. And so ends the second part of this thrilling story. As always, right at the most exciting point, leaving you eager for the continuation. Subscribe to the channel to not miss the exciting events in this new Batman universe. The next part will not keep you waiting long.